Hey everyone, and welcome back to the SCREENY. Over the years, thousands of acts have performed for the judges on America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. No matter how experienced you are, you've got to have nerves of steel to face Simon Cowell. We've seen it all over the years, but let's remember the best of the best. Join us as we take a look at auditions that blew judges' minds. But before we begin, do us a favor by clicking that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video on your favorite TV shows. Mandy Harvey.
'Cause I know the only thing in my way.
We've seen a lot of singers on these types of shows. It seems that anyone that could sing a tune wants a shot at the big time. It can get a little boring watching the same sort of thing over and over again, which is why Mandy Harvey was so special. Mandy wasn't your average singer-songwriter. She was deaf. Simon was stunned before Mandy even started singing, as she told the judges she lost her hearing when she was just 18 years old. Can you imagine what that's like, to live your whole life being able to hear only for it to be taken away? Harvey's father stood there anxiously in the wings, watching his daughter do her thing. Even more heartbreakingly, Mandy had always loved to sing and had done so since she was 4 years old. After losing her hearing, she eventually got back into music by using muscle memory. Mandy's personality was enough to win over the judges, but her incredible song was even better. Her voice was akin to Karen Carpenter, beautifully smooth and enough to give you goosebumps. The audience loved the songstress, and rightly so. The 29-year-old's phenomenal audition saw Simon hit the golden buzzer. Mandy finished the competition in 4th place. I dare you to try get through the entire clip without shedding a tear. I couldn't, and I've been told I have a heart of stone. DARCI Lynn Farmer. DARCI was just 12 years old when she appeared on the show 2 years ago, and no one expected a girl and her puppets would go on to win the competition. Farmer is now one of the series' most successful champions, going on to continuously tour the States. Judges knew that they were on to a winner when the sweet little girl started giggling as soon as she stepped on stage. DARCI had a simple dream: to keep ventriloquism alive. And she is a pro at what she does. She managed to belt out a tune through her puppets without looking like her mouth was moving. It was almost too good to be true. When she received a standing ovation from the audience, she began to cry. Her first audition was great, but what came next was even better. The youngster managed to up her game consistently throughout the show, taking names and kicking butt. Wouldn't you if you were within touching distance of $1 million? DARCI's mom went nuts at the side of the stage, and tears were flowing like wine at Simon Cowell's birthday party. Dorothy Williams. What do you think you'll be doing when you're 90? If you're lucky enough to live that long, most of us would hope to just have all our marbles and be able to get around with ease. Dorothy Williams went on the show in season 11 to prove that age is just a number that should be totally ignored. Dressed head to toe in flapper gear, the Hawaiian native proclaims that she was going to dance, and boy did she dance. She also threw in a little tune at the start to get the crowds going. To the surprise of everyone involved, Williams started stripping her clothes off and gyrating along the stage. Complete with nipple tassels and the kind of sass that money just can't buy, Dorothy really caught the attention of everyone in the arena. Was she talented? Of course not. But sometimes sheer willingness and determination is enough to get you through to the next round. All the judges praised her, but Nick took it one step further by running off the stage and slamming his hand on the golden buzzer. Susan Boyle. I couldn't let old Susie go by without being included. The Scottish-born singer's audition is probably the most famous audition of all time. When she got out onto the stage of Britain's Got Talent, Susan looked so ordinary. With her wild, curly hair, cheeky accent, and slightly odd demeanor, everyone thought she was going to be terrible. The judges were gearing themselves up for an assault on the eardrums, but what came out was a voice sent from the gods. They didn't have a golden buzzer back then, but if they did, they would have absolutely smashed it without a question. Susan's audition caught the attention of everyone around the world, even people who didn't watch the show. Since then, she has sold millions of records and continues to perform. Despite her fame and fortune and recent appearance on AGT The Champions, Subo remains true to her roots and still lives in the same council house that she grew up in. It's an amazing story that taught us a valuable lesson. Don't judge a book by its cover. The book might just end up being really popular, and then you'll feel like a fool for not buying it. Or something along those lines anyway. Boyle's time on the series wasn't without controversy, as she had a couple of mental breakdowns during the process. Shortly after the show finished, she was diagnosed with Asperger's. Paddy Jones. Dorothy Williams ain't got nothing on this broad, let me tell ya. Paddy and Nico appeared on the show looking like little and large. In 2014, Paddy was almost 80 when she stood in front of the judges. Like Susan Boyle, the judges thought it was going to be a bit of a joke at first. David Williams insinuated that there was a romantic relationship between Paddy and her much younger dancing partner, and everyone thought that was going to be the highlight. How wrong they were. As soon as the music started, Paddy transforms from being a little grandmother to a salsa dancing sensation. There are professionals a quarter of her age that can't hit those moves in that way. Nico threw the pint-sized granny around the stage like she was a feather, with Paddy maintaining perfect poise as she landed each move with ease. Ant and Deck were cheering on from the side of the stage. Amanda was so impressed with the pair that she hit her golden buzzer, launching them both to the live shows. Simon Cowell was speechless and had to apologize for hitting his red buzzer at the start of the act. Now 84, Paddy holds the Guinness World Record for the oldest acrobatic salsa dancer. Stavros Flatley. I'm actually crying with laughter right now. These guys are just so good. Essentially, there should be absolutely nothing brilliant about a father and son dancing topless to Riverdance, but it just works. The British-Greek Cypriot duo Dimitrios and Zlagi Andreas ran onto the stage with such power, passion, and hilarity that the world had no choice but to love them. They weren't trained dancers by any means, but their Greek dancing and happy-go-lucky attitudes saw them advance in the competition. The audition soon went viral the world over, and with good reason. We haven't seen anything like it before. Simon Cowell even said that they were the best dance acts that he'd had on the show. Little Laggy is all grown up now, and even found himself in hot water over drug charges in 2017. The accusations against him were dropped though, as it was soon discovered to be a case of mistaken identity. When the two aren't dancing, they're working normal jobs just like the rest of us, although probably making a lot more money because of their BGT appearance. Courtney Hadwin. 13-year-old Courtney looked so nervous that it seemed almost impossible that she would be able to do anything. She couldn't even answer the judges' questions before her performance, and yet she was supposed to sing. Needless to say, no one had high hopes for this one. Well, to say she proved us wrong would be an understatement. When she opened her mouth, the British teenager sounded like Janis Joplin. It was like she was possessed by ghosts of rock stars past. Complete with some edgy moves and an attitude that Tina Turner would bow down to, Hadwin ripped the roof off the place. The judges were shocked at what she could do and how she transformed from shy and retiring to loud and electrifying. Standing ovations ensued, and Hadwin got yeses across the board. Simon called her Lion, which isn't far off. Howie compared her to Janis Joplin and used his golden buzzer to send her straight through to the live shows. Little Courtney deserved it. She might not have won the series, but she signed to Psycho Records and is currently working on her first album. Not bad for a kid that hasn't even finished middle school, is it? Hollie Steele. Hollie Steele had it all. The personality, the dance moves, and the singing voice. At just 10 years old, the kids knew what she wanted and how to get it. Judges were impressed with her first audition, but Hollie makes this list for her performance during the semifinals. Okay, it might not strictly be an audition, but humor me here. The child was devastated when she forgot the words of the song that she was singing, leading to a total breakdown. The judges were completely stunned when she wept into the microphone, causing Amanda and Hollie's mother to rush to the stage along with Ant and Dec. After a lot of tears and a lot of begging for her to do it again, Simon relented. Her second performance of the song went off without a hitch, with the audience cheering her on every step of the way. Talk about a dramatic moment. It's one of the craziest things to ever happen on live TV. The situation prompted a lot of people to speculate that kids that young shouldn't be allowed to appear on the show for the sake of their own mental health. Hollie went through to the next round, finishing up 6th in the competition. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos on your favorite TV shows and tap one of the 2 videos on screen for another amazing video.